Good evening, folks. How the devil are we doing? Sorry I'm slightly late. I was just grabbing a drink. I've not long got home. But we are back tonight with some Oni. Hamster, Prior. Good evening, folks. Who have I missed? Cross, good evening. Joe, good evening. How is everybody doing? Attention, please. I have an important announcement. No Man's Sky is now multiplayer. Oh, shit. Yeah, No Man's Sky is a bit of a funny topic here, mate. So yeah, we're back in the colony. I have run this for a couple of cycles since we were last here, namely because I had to roll back a little bit. I rolled back a couple of cycles. If you remember at the end of the last stream, we were playing with this build and we had a bit of a nightmare. What I've basically done is opened it up a little bit. So I've removed this tile here, got rid of this bit of oil that was here, dropped it down, and I've kind of just left this for now. It's sort of submerged at the minute, but we'll deal with that when we need to. I also tidied up our piping up here. I basically ran the game for like 4 or 5 cycles or something. I've tidied up our piping off the natural gas production. So what this does now, this hits our pipes that go up into our overflow chambers up here, where we've now got natural gas being backed up. And then we've got some pumps in these chambers that will then pump a feed out through here, which can merge into the pipes beyond this point, basically. So this is acting as like a backup. If we have no gas in the pipes, this will top it up, which is one of the things that I fixed. Come on, No Man's Sky wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, let's face it. But now it has multiplayer. Meh. So yeah, that's one of the main things I did. I just quickly threw this pipe in together. So we had this sort of bridge over here before. I just ripped it out and basically put it over this side, so that now, if any gas is backed up at this point, it will carry on up into our overflow storage, like so. If not, then our overflow storage will actually feed this system, so it should keep it all topped up now. We're still making a bit of natural gas, although I'm not really paying this much attention. As I say, it's sort of just doing its own thing now. I'm hoping it's still regulating itself and being okay. Looks like it's just recently boiled some natural gas. I have got a number of dig commands still out. If you remember, we started digging out some of this stuff at the bottom of the world. I've still got a plan here of something we're going to try and build today. And I've got a few ladder things set up around the place. I want to start heading up to the top of the map. So I've got some ladders in place here as well. And that's about it, really. I can't actually remember what we did in the last stream, because it was quite a while ago now. We've not played for a week or so, I think, maybe. I know we did a bit of water purifying, so we're now purifying our wastewater that comes up here, and that purified water, that clean water, gets pumped into our electrolyzers. I know that our water supply down here is dwindling and running out because our geyser is inactive. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I do need to do something about this oil up here. Oh, and that's one other thing I did. I'll just explain. I redid a couple of bits of wiring up here because some of the circuits down here were like crazy overloaded. We had one circuit doing pretty much everything down here, and we had a cold gen and a battery, and I've removed all that crap. And one of the circuits from this side that was originally powering this stuff, I've replaced with one of the circuits over here. So this wire now runs to this transformer over here and powers the electrolyzer and stuff. And it was a doddle to do, to be honest. I just opened these 2 tiles and went in. Because it's so oxygen rich out here now, it's pretty clean. There might be a bit of carbon dioxide in here, but I doubt it. Everybody was wearing exosuits, so. But what that meant was that I could use one of the circuits here, run this down. I've rewired this stuff in as well. We just knocked out these tiles. So this is now plumbed in. I want to build another one of these today. And then I run this circuit all the way down. And now we've got a circuit that's at 2150 and a circuit that's at 1470, whereas before all this was on one circuit. So yeah, so that's a bit tidy. We should prevent any overloaded circuits that way. I'm trying to think what else we were doing at the end of the last stream. Obviously we got our power gens up down here, our natural gas gens. I've not really started collecting this water yet, but I'm not at crisis point yet, so I'm not really that bothered. I think we'll leave this for a little bit. I don't know what we're going to do with this water yet. And yeah, we've got these 2 other water sieves over here. And I think I'm going to use them for some water cooling setups. And that's probably something we'll crack on with. But today, first thing I want to do, we're going to build these ladders. We're going to head up here. and we're going to start seeing what we can find. Obviously, we've got a bit of a breach happening up here, so I kind of want to get a bit of a lay of the land up at the solar level now. It is time. It is time. So, what I'm going to do, we'll make all of these a 7. And we'll start cracking on up there. And likewise, we'll do the same down here. You filled 75% of the surface in the game with bunker tiles, really? Jesus. I think that's the problem. You technically do have to cover the whole surface, really, if you want to protect from meteors forever. But yeah. So yeah, to be honest, the base is now at a point where it's pretty stable. We've got a ridiculous amount of food. The only thing that we are slightly short of is water, but that's because I've been a lazy prick and not capped this other guys that we've got up here. Which I'm not really asked about, honestly. We have the means to make loads of water if I wanted to, but we're actually fine, so I'm not going to bother. As you can see, this sieved water is giving us sort of the priority on the pipe anyway, so we're getting plenty of cooled water. We'll be fine. And not cooled water, but clean water. So yeah, today I want to get up to the cosmic level and start having a play. Don't Twitch, that wasn't a link. Gnome, how are you, buddy? To make matters worse, you need 2 tiles to stop the meters from coming through. You need an air tile between them normally. You need the first layer, then an air gap, and then another layer. But the second layer can be anything, I believe. Again, I've not played much of this update. This is as much as I've played. And I dare say it'll be as much of the next update as I play as well, so... But yeah. I was toying with the idea of putting the expressive update on. But then, considering the amount of lag that you get off it at the moment, and we're at like nearly cycle 600, I didn't really bother, so... We're going to be stupid busy over the next couple of weeks at work, so go getting some relaxation beforehand. Don't blame me, mate. Oh, we have a goldfish. Huh. I wonder if goldfish still can consume liquid from many tiles away. Do you remember we found that bug a while back where if they were in a tile of a different liquid they could suck polluted water from miles away? So basically if you put them in a tank of oil and have polluted water in another tank adjacent to it, they'll clean the polluted water. I wonder if that's still in the game. It's meant to be 2 days time, Gnome, the update. It's meant to be in 2 days. But yeah, there's been an awful lot of hate on the forums, it has to be said. So I'm not really in the know about what we're going to do yet. I don't know whether we're going to do an expressive playthrough or not. I'll have to take a stance on it when we're when I know a little bit more, really. As it stands at the minute, I'm not really that arsed about it. Okay, so what I've basically done up here, I've done some stage ladders. So that the ladder goes up quite a way, and then there's a stage, and then it'll go up quite a way again, and there'll be another stage, and then we'll do a fire pole all the way down the middle. And we may even do like, I don't know, some transit tubes or something. We don't really need it at the minute, but I don't know what we're going to do on the surface yet, so we'll have a look once we've explored a little. Let's do some of this. Oh. Putting it off, playing it since didn't want to make a new base just to have a restart it. Yeah, I think it's... Well, I mean, you can always play the expressive update now. It's just it's going to be a bit laggy because it's in the pre-release mode. So they've got all the analytical stuff going in the background. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be 2 days time probably. Generally, do Factorio instead. That's not a bad idea, Waffle. And I have been toying with the idea. It's not a bad shout, honestly. Right, now the only problem with doing this, obviously, is I'm going to create a nightmare. So I'm probably going to dig out a lot of this stuff, get rid of a lot of this ice. And we're probably going to need the ice for melting at some point anyway. I want to get into here as well. I might just do that now. Let's head into here. Yeah, that might not be a bad shout, Waffle. Yeah, this is kind of where I want to sort the access a little bit on the other sides, because at the moment we've got a bit of a... My dupes spend a lot of time travelling, and it's bothering me a little bit. Now, why are they going over this way? Why are they going all the way around rather than just doing this ladder? Okay. I want somebody to come and do this. Come on. There we go. Mick, whilst you're here, mate. A little treat for you. Oh, sunny disposition. Nice. Not bad. And we have the obligatory trap morb. Meh, he can stay there. I bet it's a bit germy, this as well. Yeah. Horrible little bastards. I'm loving morbs less and less nowadays. Little assholes. All of them. And this guy does seem to have gotten way better reviews these days. I might pick it up. I funded it when I initially bought it and played it. Yeah, you should speak to Hanno about No Man's Sky. He loves that game. He loves that game with a passion. Right, I'm going to do this ladder here with an 8, because I want them to get this done so they're not running all the way around to try and get access. And this bit of ladder here is actually going to be a 9. Why not? We'll get all that done. So yeah, in the base, we are actually pretty chill at the minute. Things are pretty good. I've started ripping out some of this stuff. I originally had a heavyweight joint plate here, if you remember, for our solar panels. But now that we've gotten rid of the shine bugs, it kind of doesn't make sense. And we were cooling the base off quite a lot. We had this big blue wave coming in here from the temp shift plate, the joint plate. So I've got rid of that now as well. And we'll rip these solar panels out and get our glass back and stuff. Nice. Which of course is trapped over here somewhere. But that's fine. And we'll tidy up this crap as well. So yeah, we're going to rip all this stuff out. I don't really care about the shine bugs. We've still got loads of them in the base, and we'll continue to feed them, but I just don't really give a shit about ranching them. They're a bit of an annoyance, really. Let's see who's mastered that job. Scyther. Excellent work. You can be... and groundskeeper. What am I looking for? Scyther. Yeah, we'll carry on training people up. I'm not going to bother training them up in the research, because learning isn't really going to give them any sort of benefit at the minute, so it's fine. So, the only thing that we are starting to run slightly low on, as in slightly uncomfortable levels, is slime. We're down to 21 tons of slime now. As ever in the late game, we've got a shit ton of algae, so I might start feeding some pacus maybe. We've got plenty of coal building up because we're not really using coal power all that much anymore. We'll get a load of ice in a minute. We've not got much iron. We've not got much base metals because obviously I've been feeding hatches for so long. So I'll probably do a bit of a dig out shortly. And we've got excesses of oxylite as well. We've got like, I don't know, maybe 10 tons of oxylite. Oh shit, we've got loads of oxylite that hasn't been collected. Yeah, we've got a lot of oxylite. Bearded boy cut his hairs. I did only half. I went to a Turkish barber today and he cut my beard way too short. I'm sad about it. I'm very sad about it. Good evening, nobody. And good evening, GG. How are you, mate? Finishing stuff in honor. Yeah, basically just wrapping up this colony today, I reckon. We'll go to the surface, because I know you guys have been wanting me to do it. And we'll do a few builds as well. That is the plan. Yeah, I went to this Turkish barber's. I've been told it was a good place. I went there. The guy was nice. He was really, really lovely. But by Jove, he cut my beard very, very short. And now I'm sad. Oh well, what can you do? It's a good look and works for the summer. I think we've had our summer now, mate. I knew there's something new in your looking, yeah. I lost about an inch and a half of hair and 2 inches of beard. That's what's changed. I'm devastated. Ah, shit. We're having a little leak down here. Yeah. Just a little leak. Just a smidgen of a leak. We'll just slap a tile there. I do want to get rid of the ruins today, by the way. So once we get to the surface, once I've revealed a bit of the surface, I'm going to go into debug and I'm going to get rid of all the ruins that are pissing me off. And then I can really start shaping up the base a little bit then. Because I don't want to just go into debug for the sake of it. But there's shit in the way that I don't want. And it's going to make me salty if I can't get rid of it, so... That will do nicely. Igneous, you can go there. And you'll go there. Okay. So I don't really know what awaits us up here. I don't know what the surface quality is going to be like. We'll just have to see and play it by ear. If it's really desperate, then we'll try and slap down a bit of steel stuff. But we've not really got any steel good to go yet, so that'll be something in itself we'll need to get up and running. I'm a little bit laggy at the minute because I've got quite a few build commands out, so I'm just going to leave them to it a little bit. You look young again. Son of a bitch. A moment's silence for our fallen beard comrades. Exactly, Joe. Thank you. It's unfortunate that he equates beard to peen size. No. Dover, how are you, mate? You can use the surface ruin as part of the shelter, though, since it blocks heat and meteors. I don't even know where it is yet. Don't think we found it, have we? You definitely have a baby face going. I do have a baby face. I'm younger than you think. I'm not an old man. I know I say I'm an old man, but I'm not actually an old man, you know. I mean, I am a bit of an old man to some of you, I suppose. But I'm not really an old man. Not yet. I'll be an old man in a couple of years when I'm nearly 40. That'll make me an old man. Oh, that's going to piss some of you guys off. There's going to be some of you in chat like, old man, you son of a bitch. Oh, Christ. And my Sky's 50% off as well since they released the multiplayer now. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, Hamster. I don't think there's many people going to go back to that game. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think there's going to be many people go back to that game. They fucked it. They promised too much. It was stupid. They promised too much and delivered too little. It's the old classic. I'm assuming these eggshells, by the way, are from Dracos or something. 100 grams, 1,000 grams. Oh. Well, that one would have been from a Draco. Right, are people working on this side now as well? Not really. Let me just make sure we've got enough water coming through the piping. Seem to have a back up a little bit. Oh no, as long as the polluted water is getting cleared, that's fine. So the fact that we've got water going into this tank now, that is fine. I'm going to connect these pumps up at some point and have them connect up to this line as well. So if ever this is empty and this isn't pumping, these will fill up the pipe. So we have got plenty of water, it's just stored in weird places. But yeah, everything else seems to be ticking along alright. This needs to be dug out ideally, but I can sort of do that now. I can probably dig some of this out from here. Let's see what Nerd does here, how far he can reach. I wonder if he can reach that with his suit. No. I could always get rid of that by going diagonally, but for now... Yeah, fuck it, let's just do that now so it's done. Oh, what we can test if the sweeper works now. I've not actually tested this. So what I did, I'll just explain. I've extended this piping. So originally this piping sort of came up here and then went to there and down. And it was cooling these tiles here. But then I had to remove one of these metal tiles so that I could get a dupe in. And in the process I thought, well fuck it, I'll just expand the pipe. So I've now got this pipe with the cooled liquid running through all these areas. So I'm hoping this will keep it a bit cooler. So... is this set up and ready to go? Igneous rock, yes. Okay. And we're just we're just dumping it down here in this shitty chlorine area. What can go wrong? Let's just dig this down a little bit further. What could go wrong down here? We'll dump our molten rock into this pool of chlorine. Just for the hell of it. Right, let's just extend this ladder down to like there. Right. I'm just going to quickly, at the start of the next cycle, I'm going to quickly rip this tile out and dig this, otherwise lava won't flow. But I think I should be able to do this. Let's see if this starts picking some stuff up. Ooh, it's getting a bit warmer. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I don't want it to overheat. I just want it to work for a little bit of the cycle. Oh. Now then. It has dropped a little bit down here. It is in a vacuum, so it shouldn't really transfer in the temperature. But we'll keep an eye on that. But we moved some stuff. Let's see if this cools down. And that was quite a lot of material to move as well. How's the loader doing though? Has this dropped it down? Ooh. It is dropping it. It has moved it. This is a little bit hot though. So I may need to do some cooling up here. Nah. Fun fact, the Mass Effect series actually developed the original idea of procedurally generated space exploration. It was apparently supposed to be in their original game series. Oh, interesting. I'm quite looking forward to Star Citizen, it has to be said. I'm quite looking forward to that game. Because that's going to be a big one. Although I'm not one of these people that's thrown a load of money into it, I have put a few quid into it. Let's put you like here. See if we can pick this stuff up. And shit, I should have dug this out way quicker. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 fast, fast, fast. This is going to overheat. Oh no. Dig, dig, dig. Fast, fast, fast. Go, go, go. Nice, pale girl. Pale Girl, hero of the people. This might still take a bit of damage, but hopefully it'll cool off and we'll just repair it. Okay, so we seem to have got all the rock that we can reach. Let's now set this to... Let's set that to 100 again. Let's see if we can let some magma in. We should be good to go here. Shit, there's quite a lot of igneous rock there. I could have done with sweeping that out. So that's going to cut the system up if that melts. Ooh. If this igneous rock melts, that's four tons. It's going to make a bit of a sloppage.